the backlash has been towards you online.
I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to tell the truth. I'm not even trying to tell the
stunning
truth.
because I'm sitting here with you, listening
honest.
to you. You're super reasonable. You make so much sense. You've done the fucking work. You've eaten the gruel, and you've studied this stuff your whole goddamn life. And I don't see where it's coming from. I just don't understand it. So that's why I'm trying to ask you more about the Graham origins.
Yeah. So how did I get into that? So I started researching.
Why is there so much hate towards you?
That's a different question. Look, I think I don't actually quite understand it myself. I think that people really like the narrative Graham tells because Graham, look, let's be honest, he's an amazing storyteller. You read his books, they're very compelling. I mean, like I said, he's gotten now archaeologists into archaeology. Like there's no denying his ability to tell a story. He is gifted. Yeah. And he's a great public speaker as well. Yeah. And so, I'm not denying that. And he's a smart guy. And when I met him, he was kind and everything, right? Yeah. But a lot of people, he's developed a fan club, I guess, of people that are just really attached to these ideas. And they don't like the idea of being told that they could be wrong. And I don't quite understand why that's the case, but it is the case. Mm-hmm. And I wish people would simmer down a little bit because I'm just trying to, really my main goal is to share what archaeology is. As I think I started on Joe's podcast, one of the things I've learned over the years of communicating with the public is nobody really gets what we do today. Because the only way you understand archaeology is if you took it at university level because it's not taught in, kindergarten through 12th grade. It's not taught at university unless you choose to take that class. Mm-hmm. And so nobody understands it. And a lot of the popular communicators for archaeology, they're not archaeologists. Even the ones who try to do a good job with it, like who don't want to say they know more than the archaeologists. Because there's some people, and Graham does this, he says he's right, archaeologists are wrong. He says that in Ancient Apocalypse all the time. He's like, I am overturning the paradigm of history, which means we're all wrong and he's right, right? Mm. And so there's a lot of YouTubers that do that as well. They say, I'm right, but this discipline with tens of thousands of people that have been working for 200 years, they're all wrong. And it's like, this is a problem. The public understanding of what I do is totally warped, and not just by them, it's by people who don't think we're wrong. By people who think we're right. But, a lot of the biggest channels that share archaeology on YouTube, some of my friends, I'm not like David Miano. He's a historian. He has a PhD in ancient historian. He's an amazing historian, and he's an amazing public communicator. But because he doesn't have the same level of archaeological experience, he's not presenting it in the same way I would, having that depth of experience, if you see what I mean. And so I don't think he's doing anything wrong, but it means that the perspective of an archaeologist is not represented, if you see what I mean, in the public consciousness. And so, on most of the big YouTube channels, most of the big authors on archaeology, with few exceptions, are historians, or they're people that somehow want to challenge our field. And so it's like, that's an issue. We need to have people that know the field really well, sharing it with the public. Eric Klein is one of several. Jennifer Raff, she has a great book on the peopling of the Americas. So there are real legit archaeologists that are doing big things and becoming famous for it. Bestsellers. They have lectures on YouTube. I have a video with Jennifer Raff coming out actually next week. Just had one with Eric Klein. And so, but my goal is to get an archaeological perspective out there, because archaeology is not history. We're dealing with the material sources, those statues of Socrates that don't talk to you, if you see what I mean. You don't have those words there. And so...